Captain's Log. Today I'm embarking on a journey to find the missing city of Atlantis. What does this have to do with today's video? I don't really know, but just in case you don't hear back from me, for some weird reason, I would like everyone to know. I hope the people there accept me into their home, and hope that goes well. Anyways, here I go. Enjoy the review. What happens when you blend together Kurt Russell, Martin Short, and all the vacation movies into one cup? Well, you get Captain Ron. A movie about a suburban man named Martin, whose deceased uncle left him a yacht on the island of St. Potato, so they get the help from a sketchy sailor named Captain Ron to bring the sailboat back home. It was directed by Tom Eberhardt, who also directed movies like Honey, I Blew Up the Kid and Night of the Comet. It didn't do too well at the box office. In fact, it didn't even make its money back and received mostly negative reviews. Many critics didn't like the idea of having Russell play the comedic role and Short in a serious role. However, in recent years, the film has received more positive reviews from audiences due to the lack of nautical comedies there are nowadays. Before I get into the movie, let's look at this poster. Is it just me, or is there something wrong with their heads? I have no idea if this is badly photoshopped or if they were just angled really awkwardly. The tagline says, "Martin just wanted a nice quiet family vacation. Instead he got a shitty poster." Also, I know it got bad reviews, so is that why they're asking viewers to recommend this? You really think someone's going to read this and think, "Man, I gee whiz better recommend this to someone right away." I know it sounds like I'm just trashing on the film, but I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. Kurt Russell is very funny as Captain Ron. He's not the best role model, but he has a good heart. I love the scene where the family thinks he died. Another one of my favorite parts is the shower shagging scene. Not because I'm perverted, but because how incredibly awkward the entire scene plays out.
Boss?
Yes, Captain Ron?
Yeah, shouldn't take long showers, eats up the fresh water.
Thank you for pointing that out.
The rest of the cast is pretty good. They're all pretty average. It really reminds me of the family from the vacation movies, with the optimistic yet silly dad, the loving wife, and the brother and sister who are always fighting. Unfortunately, Martin Short doesn't really have any comedic moments that are memorable, which is disappointing, since I do like his comedic work. But he's still charismatic and even sympathetic at points. As for negatives, there are some things that kind of bothered me. I felt like the first act of the film was too slow. Nothing much happens. There's also one part where the family ends up at Cuba, and right when they're caught, Captain Ron shows up in a car. I know it's just a movie, and normally these kinds of things don't bother me much, but this left me thinking, how in the world did he get to another island that fast? But my biggest gripe with the film was the ending. Right when they're about to get back home, Martin decides to turn the boat around and loses his chance to sell the boat. Don't they have jobs? Or school? I don't know, it just felt out of place and left me feeling unsatisfied. But maybe it's just me. However, the movie kind of makes up for it by having this shot in the film.
Then, as suddenly and as mysteriously as he'd come into our lives,
Captain Ron!
he was gone.
By the way, while I was researching this movie, I stumbled across some theories that Captain Ron is a manifestation of what Martin wished he could be, and the real Captain Ron in the end, with the blazer, is his real appearance since he's missing his eye patch. See, I could believe this, but how does that explain him sleeping with one eye open, and his glass eye popping out of his socket? Anyways, even though this film is nowhere near perfect, I still had a lot of fun watching it. It doesn't do anything new, but it's still very enjoyable, mostly because of how good Kurt Russell is. The comedy works for the most part, the music is great to listen to, I like the whole Caribbean theme of the movie, and in the end, I'm going to give Captain Ron 6.77 out of 8 glass eyes. If you notice, every car Captain Ron drives is missing a headlight on the same side as his missing eye. Captain Ron's full name is Ron Rico, which is a brand of rum. Fitting. A lot of Captain Ron's look was suggested by Kurt Russell. All the clothes he wears comes from Russell's closet. Wearing the Speedo and having the raspy voice was also his idea. The only thing he didn't approve on was encouraging underage drinking, but was fine with it after being convinced it would fit his character. The film was originally sold to be released as a Walt Disney film, but because of the use of mild nudity and underage drinking, it was handed over to Touchstone Pictures, which is basically more adult Disney films. The original title for the movie was Martin Harvey Takes a Cruise, not quite as catchy as Captain Ron. John Carpenter was almost called in to direct after having Kurt Russell cast. Carpenter has stated that he would have said yes, but for the excuse to film in the Caribbean. Martin Harvey was originally written to be played by Chevy Chase. I can definitely see that. Billy Crystal, Steve Martin, John Ryder, John Candy, and Richard Dreyfuss were also considered for the role.
Captain's log. Atlantis was a bust. Sorta. I found the city, but passed out before I could contact anyone. I woke up on some fucking island and befriended a closed soda bottle. Unfortunately, I got thirsty and drank his insides. I made sure to apologize to him and drink it quickly to ease it from any pain. We'll always remember Mr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, I think. He never did tell me where he got his PhD from. Anyways, it seems like I forgot to close out the Captain Ron review, so I should probably do that. Don't forget to please be kind and rewind, boss.